Mm-hmm. We're live.
There we are.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Rudrani.
Alyssa's a repeat offender. I thought it'd be fun to bring her on to the Meditation Wednesday today because we was having this conversation. We do these create meetings, and we were talking about, there's so many people that are always in access are always saying, how can I get people to my classes? How can I get people, the people that want to contribute to me? And what I always find is if I'm willing to be the energy of what I'm looking for, to be that generosity of spirit, that magically those people show up in my world, like Alyssa. Because in the beginning, all I was looking for was a graphic artist. Little did I know I was going to find this amazingly talented lady, and more than her assisting me with all my creations, and she assists other people as well, is very good at it. She's becoming a phenomenal friend. And we have each other's backs. At least I'm speaking for me. I don't know how she feels about me.
It's the same. It is.
It's pretty mutual. So I thought I would have her join us to contribute to this energy that we were talking about. Is there anything else you want to add before we get going?
um, just that this can also be a way of people exiting your life too. Like it's not just a pull for them to come in. It's also those that are no longer contributing to your life and living, and not from the wrongness,
Mm-hmm.
just from the space of, okay, in this moment, who is required?
I love that because it's like we're not making it right or wrong or good or bad. People come into, I guess you've noticed, y'all, people come into and out of your life in different times of your life. I mean, I've lately been reconnecting with friends from 20, 30 years ago, just kind of amazing, that I probably haven't even thought about in years. And even if it's only brief or one conversation, what a contribution. And I'll give you an example. I reached out to a director that I used to represent years ago when I was a film producer, and for music videos mainly, long form concerts, that kind of thing. And we only did 2 videos together, but we became, I would say, intellectual friends. We liked the nicer things. He was a lot like me that way. He liked a nice meal, nice glass of wine. He dressed, he cared about the way he looked, had groovy glasses. I always this is the 90s, and so clothes were really weird back then anyway, but in my interesting point of view. And I wondered where he was because it was something that he had shared with me. Well, I'll just say he ended up being one of the creators, executive producers, and directors of The Sopranos before HBO was even launched. So pay TV was just in the beginning when we had MTV and all that, but that came with a subscription. But now we're getting those extra subscriptions like HBO and Showtime, that kind of thing. And he sent me on VHS, y'all. Some of you may not know what that is. That's okay. The first, like, I think 4 episodes. And one of the episodes was a scene where Tony is soprano. No, we haven't gotten to the meditation part yet. We're getting there. Where there was a scene about they know there's going to be a hit. So Tony's sitting there eating pasta with his cronies, and the guy comes in to sit down, and Tony looks around, and then he sees a guy that's going to take him out come in. So he gets the signal, and he goes, drop, and they all hit the floor. The shooter kills the guy. They drag him through the kitchen, roll him up in a carpet as one does if you're a gangster, and throw him into the dumpster. And then he goes back to eating his pasta like, all in a day's work. And it was such a, oh my gosh, terrifying. I'd never seen anything like that on TV. You go to the movies, but it stuck with me. And when I was in a situation similar where there were shooters and they were trying to kill us, some of you may or may not know my story. If you go to Rüdrani Devi and Google, you can have the rest of that story. I won't get into it now. But it was because of that clipping that I'm sure I'm here. Because when I heard the shooters, I told everyone to get under the table. And the only people that survived were the 4 people under the table. So he never knew this. I hadn't talked to him. And I managed to find him, and we had an hour-long conversation, and I had forgotten why I had called him. I wanted to thank him because I didn't think I would have been here without his help, and I just started bawling, Alyssa. I mean, I just like the snot crying, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't very pretty. But he was so moved, and I was so moved, and you know, I probably haven't seen him since HBO. So, you know, he was out of my life and then in for that moment, and it was definitely a contribution to us both. So with that little story, let's do this. You ready? Cool. All right, so let's take a deep breath in from the tips of our toes, out through the top of our heads. Nice. One more. Let go. Just be. And now just ask the walls and barriers to come down and disintegrate, and allow yourself to expand out into the 8 corners of the room you're in. Maybe you're out in the world. Expanding further and beyond and beyond and beyond, where you've included everything and excluded nothing, especially you. Some of you know I like to get up to Pluto myself. So find your planet, maybe go beyond that. And now imagine the life you would like to create and get the energy of that. Cool. And imagine being the invitation to create that life. And now get the energy of those that would like to contribute to you. And be that energy, all those energies at once. That generosity of spirit. Whatever that looks like, feels like, tastes like to you. Just notice your body and your infinite self in this co-creation. And now trickle out those energies in all directions beyond this reality. Maybe you're tapping into other realities as well, other lifetimes. Hey, whatever works for you. Just ask, and your body and your infinite self will trickle out in all those directions with simultaneity. Being all those things in all those places all at once. And now find those similar energies. Hi, would you like to play? Can I be the invitation for you so we can co-create together? And for those that maybe they have contributed all that was required, give them permission to be what's required for them now. That doesn't include you, with no point of view, with no right or wrong, with no form and structure, just space. I let you go now. Thank you for playing. And for those energies that are still there, hi. How you doing? And now very gently invite them into your space, pulling that energy towards you and through you. And notice what happens to your body when you do that. Take note. Maybe your crown expands. Maybe your heart center expands. Maybe you feel it in your belly. And pull and pull and pull and pull and pull and pull until those spaces are undeniable. Your heart is swelling. Maybe your head is spinning. Whatever it is for you, just take note. Take note. Hey, body. Show me, because you know you're much smarter than I am. Show me this energy every time there is a person, a place, a thing that wants to contribute and play with us, so that it's beyond a shadow of a doubt. Just like this. And then you'll know, you'll just follow the energy of it, right? Cool. And now very gently allow the flows to even out where there's a trickling between the two of you. This is the magnetic imprinting. Hey, if you're looking for me, this is where you can find me. And then just be space and trust that you've got your back. The universe has got your back. And all those that are willing to be that space that you be will also have your back for however long you get to play with them. And take another deep breath in from the tips of your toes out the top of your head. And very gently open your eyes. And notice your body. More space? Less space? And what else from this energy, space, and consciousness is truly possible for you? So play with that meditation. Maybe save this one, download it somewhere, and when you're wanting to co-create and play, pull this one out. Chop it from my story on. That was fun. So, how are you doing?
Spacious.
I know, I feel so spacey, but it's a good thing from my interesting point of view.
Yeah, it's as you were doing that, I was also acknowledging more where I've been willing to be me in the space of me,
Mm,
and how that is more of the invitation to the energies that maybe even I don't know I want to create, to
I
be
love
the
it.
invitation that will actually be what I want to create.
Now, did you guys hear that? There's no definition. It's not a form and structure where she's asking for it to look like this. The universe knows what's going to contribute to you. And if you trust your knowing that you just being you is going to create, that's all that's required. And even then, that sounds like a form or structure. All that's required is for you to be you. I love it. This was fun. I'm so glad you came on and played with me today.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. Anytime, sister. And you guys, if you know of anyone that could benefit from this, there's a lot of people out in the world right now that are feeling alone, don't feel like they have the support in their world. Maybe share this with them. So I've got your back too. I know I'm somewhere, in the ethers. But yeah, I want everyone to do what they want to do and be who they want to be.
And
There's
thank you everyone who showed up live, because I do see there's 2 people watching.
Hi y'all. So I reckon that's it for now. And yeah. Until next time, ciao ciao for now. See ya.